Well, let's unpack this with Jonathan Offei-Ansah in London. He's the publisher of AfricaBriefing Magazine. Welcome to this news hour. Good to speak to you. As we heard there in that report, the majority of blue helmet soldiers come from developing nations. Why is this?
Well, most of these targets for developing nations actually are pushed out by their government. It helps, their respective governments to get more revenue, get more money, to cater for their armies. I mean, look, in Ghana, for example, I know I've come across a lot of soldiers who went on peacekeeping operations and came back and managed to set up businesses, that kind of thing, with the allowances or the extra allowances they got. So most of these peacekeepers for the developing countries go out, pushed out by their governments as a revenue earning measure.
And there have been some controversies with regards to these peacekeepers, most notably accusations of sexual violence. But overall, have these peacekeeping missions actually been effective? Have we seen concrete changes?
Well, they have been effective, by and large have been effective, but look, in every situation, you get some bad apples, but these bad apples are, like it was said in the report, they are in the minority. They've helped secure peace, post-conflict, in conflict areas, around the world. So I would say that their role in in bringing about peace in a conflict resolution is rather invaluable around the globe.
And where do you see the future of UN peacekeepers headed, given the criticism leveled against them, as well as the budget cuts the United Nations is facing, given that there are so many other issues in the world right now, the conflict in Ukraine, rising food prices, and possibly a global shortage of oil, gas, and even grain?
Well, look, I'll use the example of Africa because I'm African. Look, the AU, has, its own peacekeeping forces called the AMISOM, who are very, very active in Somalia. So it will be up to the UN, the UN Security Council, to try and organize uh, regional peacekeeping forces like Africa, Asia, Europe, and so on and so forth. Look, when you talk about the trouble in the Balkans in the 90s, look, there were peacekeeping forces mostly composed of European soldiers. So this could be a template that could be used to set up, such forces in the various regions of the world and not rely solely on the UN. Although currently, the UN peacekeeping force is financed by America, Japan, and China. The top three funders of the US peacekeeping. But this can be modified, to make sure that the various regions, Africa, Europe, Asia, as well as so forth, will be able to set up a veritable, effective peacekeeping forces of their own and not rely on the global effort by the United Nations.
Jonathan Offei-Ansah, great to get your take on this issue. Speaking to us there from London. Thank you so much.